Hello and welcome to the Ross Cloud Podcast. I'm your host, Car.Ross Sr. And this platform was created to motivate and to inspire in hopes that you will become a better you. So listen, I'd like to make sure I give a shout out to everybody listening out there, especially right here in our own backyard, right here in North Carolina. Greensboro, happy homecoming, y'all. Happy Pride Worldwide. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening to the Ross Cloud Podcast. All of our international listeners, national listeners, we really do appreciate you. And of course, I have my wonderful co-host with me here. I have Miss Candi T. Jeter and Femi Osinowo.
What's happening?
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, everybody out there.
Yes. We've been down for a minute, but now we're back. I'm back.
And I tell you, I'm so glad they're back.
Oh yes.
It seems like we've been gone a long time, don't it?
Yeah,
it feels that way, but I know it's only been a week, y'all. You know, but it seems
more than a week.
Has it been more than a week?
Yeah, it's more than a week.
Well, yeah, Femi, you were gone how long?
About 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. So listen, I'm so glad that they're here. I'm so glad that we are back again, and hopefully we can say something today to help everybody just become better. Shout out to James Washington Jr. Woo, hey man, we love you.
Woo.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to you returning.
Yes.
Maisha, hey, listen, we praying for you, my condolences to you and your family as well.
Yes.
And we look forward to seeing you too. So listen, we have a great topic that we're going to talk about on today. And, you know, we were kind of talking about it a little bit before we started. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. You know, Candi was talking a few minutes ago, like, why are men so caught off by the deception that some women possess, and others can see it, but while you're in it, you can't see it. It's one of the strangest things in the world, but it's so true. I'd like to probably say it could be a couple of things. It could be physical. It could be guilt from past relationships, just speaking from experience with that, you know. So it could be sex, it could be guilt of past failed relationships, and you're holding on to it. It's like, well, I already did this one time, I don't want to do this no more, so I'm gonna stay in here and I'm gonna rock it out with this. I'm gonna fight for this relationship.
Right.
But in you fighting for that relationship, you find out that you're losing yourself. You end up dying spiritually. And then what happens is you relinquish your power over to that female, and you miss it, and you're still blinded by you're blindsided pretty much, you know, the sex, everything that comes along within a relationship that makes a relationship works. And sometimes you say, well, I'm going to take it because, hey, they could be a great cook. You know, they could be a great cook. They had great sex. They got other different things that are good about them.
Right.
But there's just one bad thing about them that could literally kill you spiritually and physically if you're not careful.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Candi, being that you opened up with this, and thank you again. You know, like, I love that I have some great minds around me that sometimes we start a conversation. We could just be having just a general conversation that ends up being just a great topic. So it's great to surround yourself around people who are sharp and just having conversations of what we're having,
right.
But in hopes that people can be enlightened and inspired and helped, because trust me, that's a bad way when you get with a woman that's just not good for you. Ooh. And I like the term you used earlier. You really said a witch.
Yeah.
You really said that, like, and when you said it, I was like, oh wow, she said it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would love it if you go ahead and start up, you know, and we'll start off with you because you're a female. So What great way to have some insight.
So now you're going to have me do the dirty work.
And guess what?
We going to have you do the work.
Guess what? Ladies first.
Hey, not only that, it to me, it wasn't even about the ladies first. It's just about, hey,
Yeah.
you know your counterparts. You know them. You are a woman. Most of the time, women see it like you said before. So I'll let you go ahead and dab on in, and we'll chime in. But you go ahead.
I mean, when we were sitting here talking, it just crossed my mind that I know several situations where women have got men by the balls, literally. And it does come with some guilt on the man's part where he feels like, okay, I'm going to do this one right.
Right.
But you can't do something right with the wrong one.
Amen.
You're doing it with the wrong one.
Right.
And you're not going to be able to atone for that, right? You're going to dig yourself in a hole. So when men have let good women go, that's a topic.
Right.
When men have let good women go, they reach for empty women to work out their karma. Wow. And that is the wrong thing to do, especially when you decide you want to have babies, because babies literally create karma. So those who do not have children, anything that you've done, it will come back on you, or it may pass you. But anytime you have another generation, they're going to catch it. And that generation, and that generation, and that generation. So having babies, when you know your decision-making skills are not where they need to be, is the wrong thing to do. It ain't going to make nobody act right. It ain't going to make nobody be sane if they're already crazy. It's not going to fix anything. It's going to compound and magnify what's already there. So when you say, I'm going to make this work, you do better to go back and get what you had when you knew it was good. If they free, I always say, go on back and eat that shit and say, look, let's work this out. Because at least you know that's a good woman. Now, if she say no, fine. You can say that you went that way. But by all means, don't try to make good things happen with bad people.
Yeah, and let me read this. Why? But I'm gonna come back to you, Candi. I'm gonna come back to you, right? So let me read the term. So basically, we're saying a toxic relationship, pretty much. The term toxic relationship defines an unhealthy relationship where either or both sides feel drained, trapped, and manipulated by the opposite side. It might be physically, it might be mentally, emotionally, abusive, altogether, or either of them. Healthy relationships need effort and adjustment, which is missing in a toxic relationship.
Say that one more time. Say that last sentence one more time.
Last sentence, okay.
Yes.
Healthy relationships need effort and adjustment, which is missing in a toxic relationship.
Effort and adjustment. So when you think of adjustment, think about how when people say, okay, this is what we gonna do. We just had this issue here. What we gonna do in order to solve? Now, people don't want to make adjustments until they know you're getting ready to leave. When they know you're getting ready to leave, when they know they're getting ready to lose you. Okay. Listen, we need to talk. What do we need to do? All right. You got to determine, is that person really trying to work with you, or are they trying to manipulate the opportunity? Because you in the cat seat, and when somebody says, all right, let's work it out, the first thing you do is think about, well, I did mess up in the beginning. And you hand your power back over to them and say, well, what do you think we should do? No, when they say, let's work it out, that's your opportunity as the male to forgive yourself and say, this is what I want my life to look like. What do you want as a male? What do you want? Because women always know what they want. So if you don't say what you want, when I was a little girl and I was 12 years old, I knew that I wanted to get married, and I knew I wanted to have 2 kids before I was 25. And I knew that if time permitted, I wanted more, up to 4. I even thought about that at 12. That was a year after I started my period. Right? So we're that young. We already thinking that. Y'all not even thinking about relationships. I'm thinking about what kind of house I want. I'm thinking about what kind of car I want. I'm thinking about how my husband gonna look. I'm thinking about all that. So by the time somebody come and say, hey, will you be my girlfriend? I'm already there. At 13, at 14, women are already there. So when y'all decide, oh, I'm going to play this bitch. I'm going to just play it. You know what I'm saying?
No, you tell the truth. Go
I'm
ahead.
going to play her.
No, you
play
fine.
her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before you actually play her, she's already studied you.
Yeah, she know you.
She already studied you. Why? Because the lesser, the more vulnerable somebody is physically, the more they study their predators. We know that we're prey.
Yeah.
We're already built for that. We're already made for that. We've already been created for that. That's why all this is working up here at 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah.
Right? That's why a lot of older men get sucked in by young girls.
True.
Okay? Because she's already at 12, even though they like to say, oh, she's a little girl, she's a little girl. We're already thinking like not sexual thoughts. That's what makes us so much higher because we're thinking way past sexual thoughts. Right. We're thinking about love, acceptance, attention, family. We're already there. Y'all still like, ooh, I've had men do this when I used to suck my thumb. What that thumb tastes like. And I'm a little girl. I'm not thinking about that.
Lord have mercy.
Right?
But you telling the truth.
What that thumb tastes like. Ooh, you gonna be a heartbreaker when you get older. I don't even think I was cute. I had big teeth. I was like, I hadn't grown into myself. Yeah. But I remember that. I remember married men standing in line with their wives. This is back in 1970. Y'all know men's testosterone was way up there.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So they would see little young girls and stuff, and they'd be with their wives with their little rings on, and I was maybe like 9 or 10, and I remember seeing older men licking their lips, licking their tongue out, winking their eye.
Wow.
I had no idea what they was doing.
No, now.
I mean, I really didn't. I knew it didn't feel right.
Absolutely.
Right. But I did not know. And the woman, the mother, the wife, she's looking and getting things together. They may have been with their kids or something.
Not even paying attention.
My mom looking at me, always head on the swivel.
Yeah.
Trying to see.
Making sure.
And if she sees something out the corner of her eye, she'll grab me real quick. Yeah. Right? This is the life of young girls. So y'all not playing us. You playing yourself.
I agree with that.
Right? Because we already know that what you got on your side is that we love.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you take that, and it's not taken care of. Husbands, love your wives. Wives, respect your husbands, right? Girls need love. Yeah. So if you with a girl and you don't love her and she don't love herself, then, that's a recipe for disaster. But it forces her out of her heart and into her head. You do not want a woman that's in her head. You want a woman that's in her heart, because a woman that's in her head is going to always be ahead of you. Yeah. She's going to always be ahead of you. And I'm talking to y'all like I would talk to my son. Sure. I've talked to my son and be like, look, You have your plans as to how you want your woman and your life and everything to be. But that woman has been thinking about that
Oh yeah.
long before you even come at her.
19 years old.
So whatever plan you got, she probably got three or four plans.
Got 3-4
Right.
plans. Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Because when he was
True.
11, and I was like, you got a girlfriend? He was like, nah. I was like, when you going to get a girlfriend? He's like, when I get a job. He always said,
Okay.
he always equated women with needing to have money,
Right.
which I get.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But that means what? He was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
Because he was about his business.
Right.
Yeah.
So when he got up to ready to date, he's in the D.C. metro area. Oh, they different.
Oh yeah.
They
Oh,
want to
yeah.
know how much money you make, what you doing, where you
Oh,
live.
Yes,
yeah.
it's different.
Yeah.
He
Different
had
environment.
one girl who
City
was
girls.
still living
Yeah,
at
man.
home with her father and was like, when you gonna get your place so I can get out of,
Right.
she's strategizing.
Wow.
She's strategizing. And I said, no, you ask her when she gonna get her place, right? you both of y'all get y'all's place,
Right.
But it was so fast for him. Those girls was so fast.
City girls. City
City
girls.
girls, man.
City girls are, when I used to be in New York, city girls are,
Fast.
yes.
So
They're fast.
having the men, and then when a man actually plays a woman, when he cheats on her, when he lies, emotionally, she's going to be broke up because she's going to express that. But I've seen women get played and I've seen men get played. Women handle it a hell of a lot better. And I hate to see it happen, but men place themselves in those positions.
I agree.
And when you are a mother, a sister, an aunt, and you see your nephews and your brothers, they may not be always doing what they're supposed to do. But I'm going to tell you, when you get hooked up with the wrong woman, your life is hell. Because she's going to monopolize the children. Everybody's going to be on her side, usually.
Right.
So I always say, men who are taking things casually now, saying we just gonna kick it. I always say, get with the woman that you really love, marry her, lock it down, have your family, and make that your kingdom. Run it. And have in your mind how you want it, because if you don't have in your mind how you want it, a woman is going to tell you how it's going to be.
Right.
And when she tell you how it's going to be, and the moment you agree and you lock down with that,
Yeah. Ain't no going
That's
back.
it.
that's it, man.
That is so true.
That is it.
That is so true.
No.
I love your
I mean, I didn't
perspective
mean to
on that.
go off on a tangent.
No.
But I'm just saying.
I'm glad you did that.
Right,
Because we
right.
wanted to hear
Right.
the female perspective.
And also, it could help somebody out.
I mean, absolutely. Because it could be a guy that's going through it right now.
Right.
You know, he could be going through it right now. I mean, you put some perspective on it
Right.
Yeah.
to kind of help us say, hey, look, this is what's really going down.
Right.
Y'all done already, like you said, they done studied. They know whether or not if you got benefits, you got 401k, they know everything you got before you lock that down.
Right.
She's
And they already, their decisions already.
Right.
Okay, so
And that
if he
is so
does
true.
that, then I can do this, and we can do this, and okay, this right here can happen. Okay,
That is so true.
If she don't absolutely,
She gonna work that.
If she don't absolutely respect you, leave her alone.
yeah, I agree.
Leave her alone, because when a woman don't respect you, she's gonna treat you like a child.
Wow.
Ain't that the truth?
And the moment she treats you like a child,
Wow.
Get gone.
it's
Wow.
over. So if you got mommy issues and your mama didn't love you, and you looking for a woman to be your mama, you already behind the 8 ball.
It's a done deal.
It's
Better love
over.
yourself.
You better
Right.
love yourself.
Right. Right.
Because a woman can't be your mama.
Can't do it.
The moment she becomes your mama, you are lost.
Man, you lost big time. I love it.
That is true.
Yeah.
Facts.
That is so true.
When she feel like she know better for you than you know for yourself,
wow,
she is
It's a
not
wrap.
going to respect you. I don't care if she's with you or not.
She's not.
She's not going to
That's
respect
facts.
you.
That's
so
facts.
true.
That's so true.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Man, you giving us game.
That's why
that's
when
so
you on
true.
top of her, she ain't feeling it.
Yeah.
Because you somewhere along you have given her the role of mother.
Yes.
Mothers don't want to have sex with their son.
Heck no, they don't.
No,
they
they
want to
don't.
have
Unless
sex with
something
their
wrong
man.
with them.
Right.
Unless something wrong with them. Right. I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah.
So
I love it.
always maintain that position. And how do you do that? You know who you are.
Yes. And work that.
Work that all the way.
work it.
You know who
Sun
you
up
are.
to sun down.
Right.
Yeah.
Be the best that you can be at
Yeah.
it. Please
Yeah.
go hard
And
in the paint.
forgive yourself.
And
Right.
forgive yourself. That
Right.
part. That
Right.
part.
And stop fucking up.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Because
Nah.
when you do that, you give her a free pass
Oh, what?
That-
to
that-
continue.
to
that is-
continue.
that
To
is
continue.
That is so true. Because, like you said in the beginning, like women, at an early age, they've already established or already know what they want in life. Like from the ages of 9, 10, 11, and so forth. They already see us as guys. We don't start really developing mentally till after 18, and some we still don't, like 18, 19, 20. That's when we start developing really fast mentally.
Yeah.
I mean, the physical part is always there for men, but mentally, you're so right, because back then we count all this thing as a game.
Yeah.
Oh, my boy, my boy, he got with this girl, and like you said, we think we're playing them. In reality, we just playing ourselves.
That's all.
Because
Yeah, just what you
because
said earlier.
Because of the simple fact that we playing. I'm not gonna say all guys, but a few of us, when we were younger, we think it's just a game. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get with this girl. This, that, and the fourth, and like you said, she has already in her mind knows what she really wants in life. We have, because as a guy, we have to figure it out. Because
Right.
the woman, she wants the one that has the 401ks, that has the good job, that's making 6 figures, that's driving the nicest cars, dresses. They already want that, because they feel like when I get, all I gotta do is just give him some sex or whatever, and I could lock him down. And it's sad that it has to go. It's like that because of the simple fact that as kids, and then also spiritually, you don't know who you sleeping with,
Right.
cause that spirit also, like what you say, like some women they witches, they're a witch,
Yeah.
cause you don't know what kind of spirit that person is carrying, or what they got going on in their family,
Right.
So that spirit jumps into you, but you're not thinking like that, because you just having a good time, or you think you having fun,
Right.
at a younger age, thinking that, that's just what it is. Everything is not always sex. And sometimes intellectually, intellectuals, you have to see what's going on in that woman's mind. How she's thinking. Is she the kind of female that she wants good things for you, or is she just the woman that she just want to see where you at, and I could just get with him and just turn his life around.
Yeah. Appeal to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to just see where he at. I'm going to play to that.
Right.
And then get him.
Right.
And then once she gets you, if it ain't about, I have literally seen men be with women, good men, be with women that they're not in love with, and still be pretty good to the woman,
right?
And say, you know what, I made it. You know, I ain't in love with her, nothing like that. But I said I was gonna be with her,
Right.
So I'm gonna just work it out.
That can be such a mistake, though.
But I have seen women who are not in love with men, and they can't fake it, but for so long,
Right?
It's
like
facts.
they cannot stand
Facts.
them, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So hell hath no fury, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Men can settle a little bit easier than women. I've seen men do it, and there's a history of men. I'm not saying men having abuse, because men have messed up some families.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But we're not
yeah.
talking about that.
No.
Because we always talk about that.
We always talk about that. No, we're not
But
diminishing. We're not diminishing the value of what women,
Right.
you know,
But
diminishing.
what men,
that.
I'm talking about how men get caught off guard.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Just men getting
Yeah.
caught off guard,
Yeah.
saying, you know what, I've been out here in the street, I've got somebody, she good to me, I'm going to be good to her.
Yeah.
And she playing on.
Yeah. Or the tables turn.
Yeah, the
tables turn in the middle of the relationship.
And everybody say,
Facts.
oh, well, you know, he deserved that, he deserved that. Okay.
Nobody deserves it.
If you deserve it,
deserves it.
okay, we can't stop what's naturally going to occur.
Cannot.
Right?
Cannot.
But I'm going to tell you, men ain't never ready for it.
Never.
It's quite hard to watch. And I think when I became the mother of a son, that was when I was like, okay, Candi, you're going to have, you know, that was when I got some compassion.
Yeah.
You know, because I was like, wow. And then I also think when I saw my mother leave my father, and I saw how men grieve. Men grieve hard.
Very much so.
Yes.
Yeah.
But nobody ever sees it to that degree.
That's why I'm glad you're talking about it, because see, this is the other side of the abuse that men go through. That's never ever discussed.
Right.
And we know that domestic violence, abuse is not good for anybody.
Right.
Male, female, it's just not good. It's not good for a dog.
Right.
I'm just saying, abuse is not for a child, woman, man.
Nobody. Right.
Abuse is horrible across the board.
Right.
But we never talk about this part of abuse as it pertains to men is concerned, because we're taught you don't hit no woman.
Right.
You take it.
Right.
You take it. But in the midst of that, you're dying.
Right.
Yeah.
But nobody ain't talking about that. Nobody's talking about, damn, he gaining weight.
Right.
Damn, you drink a lot.
Right. Right.
Damn, you smoke. Man, you just smoked the cigarette. Man, you just smoked the whole
You're
pack.
right. But
But
a lot
men,
of times people overlook that,
you
right?
overlook that.
And not only that,
Even men dying of heart attacks. Who's to say that he didn't have a broken heart?
Right.
And didn't even tell nobody.
Listen, I watched the guy. I mean to cut y'all female. I watched the guy. Kid you not. Watched the guy when I was at Pepsi. He was there from sun up to sundown. Sun up to sundown. All the time I saw him in there. And then he would leave there and go work a job after working third shift. And I'd be like, man, why are you working like that? Hey, you know, my wife want to live a certain way. Shit.
Wow.
Man, somewhere we have to cut some fat.
Yeah.
You ain't getting that bag this week.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
we finna come down off of these. I ain't moving.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't get that.
Right.
Yeah. And she don't care.
And she at home.
And
oh, no.
And to add
that
to
ain't right.
And to add to what Ross, what you were saying, was it's so true, because, you know, as men, we was taught to, like,
provide,
to provide and protect and
yeah.
you know, so all this is going through a man's. See, that's why sometimes a woman, you know, like you said, they've already established and already know what they want.
Absolutely.
As us as men, you know, it's like, if I don't do this, I'm not a man. You know,
absolutely.
Or, you know, and that's
guilt sets in when you don't do what you're supposed to do. You know, you feel guilty,
and that goes through our vein, because it, you know, it's like, you know, you a sissy, or you know.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this, female. I'm going to cut you off. I'll let you get back to your point, but not that it's we don't want to do it. It's just like the extreme, the part that says it's extreme. When I say guilt, what I mean is, if I can't buy my wife that bag, or I can't buy my wife the kind of car that she wants, or live in that house, because she has expectations for you to do that, and she's applying that pressure on you.
Right.
That's not right.
Right.
You're supposed to take care of your wife. Now, I'm a firm believer that.
Right.
You supposed, if you stay in an apartment, if you stay in a house, then yeah, you should be kind of handling, you should be taking care of the roof of the house.
Right.
You should be taking care of that roof.
Right.
Yeah, nobody should be without a roof over their head.
Right.
That should be your main focus,
Right.
the roof.
Right.
Baby, can you help me out on this end? I got the mortgage, I got the rent, I got the power bill.
Right.
You might even have the insurance.
Right.
If you good enough, you might have it all.
Right.
And that ain't, and it ain't affecting you none to
Right.
pay $7,000-8,000 worth of bills, because you still can live.
Right.
And if you can handle that, kudos to you.
Right.
But if you can't handle that, and you handle, you know, at least a huge percentage of it, then your wife should be able to say, baby, I got this.
Yeah.
Right.
I got the cable bill.
Right.
Or whatever. Well, you take
Right,
those
right.
small bills off for you, baby.
Right.
Baby, you got to have gas for the week.
Right.
I'll pay the cable bill. I'll take care of this bill. Most of the time, me and we take care of the light bill. That light bill sometimes can be astronomical, because everybody flipping on lights.
Or the
Right.
gas bill.
Or the gas bill,
Yeah.
right? You know, it just
Yeah.
depends.
Right.
And then, you know, you still gotta, you know, if you're able to fill up your wife's tank, you know, fill up your tank, take her
Right.
car, you know, whatever
Right,
the
right.
case, you know, the things
Filling up that tank,
Right.
boy,
And
that's
that's
important. I hate getting gas.
that's.
Right. And see,
I hate getting gas.
But women are so independent too nowadays, though,
Right.
Yeah.
and I think that's cool.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. If a
And
woman
see-
can kind of fend for herself still,
Yeah.
that kind of takes the load off of you. But you still want to do your part.
Right.
But
Right.
it still is cool when you got a woman say, "Baby, I got that.
Right.
You
right,
good."
Right.
You know, that's like, oh, all right.
Right.
Yeah.
But you still don't want to. You still want to be kind of like on top of it, though.
Right.
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 Still want to be kind of have a sense of urgency about it,
Yeah.
though.
Right.
So, but I'm glad we're having this conversation. Go ahead, Femi. I'm sorry.
And you know, just to add to that, it's like sometimes as men, you know, we get all these pressure on us. Like, if you're the kind of person that you have a woman that's beside you, that's encouraging, that's always there, you know, that's the woman for you.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have these women, and I've seen this from some couples that, you know, won't say no names, but
Yeah.
where they'll compare their husband to another person.
Oh yeah, you can't. You can't do that.
You know, you don't know what they got going on just because you see, you know, sometimes people wear those masks. You know, just because they come out the house and it looks good from the outside, you don't know what's going on in the inside.
She giving somebody else some hell, though. Trust me, she may look good.
She like, look at what her man got her, or look at what she driving. Look at that's what he did.
That joker
And
going through hell, though.
How come you can't do that for me, or how come I'm, you know, stuff like that? And then the man sitting here like, damn. So it puts more pressure on him.
Absolutely.
To trying to go, you know, go do something that he's not supposed to be doing, or he's not in the position.
Okay.
You know,
Now it can lead to that.
it
I'm
could,
with you.
You know, it could lead certain things like that. It leads to other issues.
Right.
Or
you already got one issue
Yep.
going on.
Now you trying to sell some
now
drugs.
you
now you trying to sell dope
Yeah.
to say, hey, I'm gonna
I'm
gonna take care of this.
You know, I'm gonna
take care of this.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So
I'm with you.
it's a whole lot that goes into that, you know. But if you have a strong woman, and if you have a strong woman that's beside you,
I'll say this, man. I'll even say if you have a woman that's not materialistic,
right?
then you also can, you know, if you say, hey, look, I'm gonna get this Louis bag for you, but we ain't gonna get no Louis bag all the time.
Yeah.
But
Right.
you might
This is
get
my
her
anniversary.
right.
Right.
Or you can still, because you still can treat and say, hey, I'm gonna get this Calvin Klein bag, or I'm gonna get this nice Guess bag. Those still are some nice bags.
Right.
We get this Michael Kors bag. Man, it may not be like the most popular bag,
Yeah.
but you still can kind of until you
Right.
get there. Now, I probably
If you
would
don't
buy,
get that Balenciaga,
boy.
if you don't get that Gucci,
You ain't
Pause.
pause for real.
better pause for real.
You ain't kidding.
Hey, you
Better,
know,
yeah.
So
But
it's things like that you know that does happen in relationships, and that like Candi said, a woman, they've already
she knows.
they already
she
know.
knows him.
And we just now knowing, like, after high school or
I hate to say it.
Shoot.
Sometimes
35, 40.
40.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that too. Like, sometimes it takes us a long
It takes us a long time,
to figure it out.
Sometimes
And
it does.
Right.
I
And,
can.
you
tell you.
I know
it
a
takes-
few guys who married their high school sweethearts, and they are so happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, they have settled into their life because this is a long journey.
Oh yeah, it's
Right.
not a short
It
one.
is.
When you wait, in my opinion, to get 35 and 40 years old to get it, you done wasted a lot, of time.
Okay.
Because if you in your 20s, you are still
learning.
pliable
Yeah.
enough to say, first of all, everybody broke.
Right.
First
Everybody
of
starting from the ground.
Right.
Ground
That's
up.
always a plus.
all, always a
Because you
plus.
get to build together.
Build
Right.
And you
together,
get to see each other grow.
Right.
You get to
Right.
invest in her dream. She gets to
Yeah.
invest
Invest
in
in
your
your dream,
dream.
right.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
get to grow together. Now, even if you make mistakes along the way, if you work those out, it makes you stronger.
Right.
does.
It does.
So let's
It
say-
does.
Like for the most of us, you do that early and you break at 30.
Yeah.
And then you meet somebody at 40. You almost starting all the way over. And you dealing with what that person, the habits and the personality that
And you're
person
gonna have to be okay
always
with
has.
it. I remember what you
And
said
you're going
earlier.
to have to be all right.
Yeah, you got to be all right with it.
So y'all not really growing together. Y'all taking all of this stuff, you accepting it, and then you grow from there.
you grow from there.
You know.
Yeah, because by the time
Grow
you
from
get,
there.
by the time you get in your 50s, it ain't no changing.
It ain't no change.
You are who you are. And then so you got to either be okay with rocking with that and just charge it till, man, we grown.
And you don't have any children
And you don't have no
anymore.
children.
Right.
So you're going to have to charge it to that.
Yeah.
And say, look, man, we grown.
Yeah.
What did I expect he or she to do?
Yeah, so
Right.
now it's really got to be about
It's got to be about a commitment. And
Because
a
we ain't got no
friendship too.
kids holding us together.
Yeah, you don't.
Right.
Yeah.
And that ain't never worked in the first place, evidently.
Yeah.
Because,
Right.
you know, otherwise it wouldn't be no divorce.
Good point.
Right.
Good point.
You know,
Right.
but to make that decision before you die that you're going to be with somebody
Yeah.
that rocks with you and you rock with them
Yes.
is so important for men because men are more dependent on women. I don't care what anybody says. A man who, that's why it's so hard for men to surrender. Because, you know, once you surrender and that woman, she like, I got you this way, I got you that way, I got you the other way. Because we can
Girl, you
do
ain't
that.
lying, though.
When
It's facts.
somebody, we are natural
facts.
caregivers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you the man and you sick, I guarantee you
Man.
she's going to be able to take care of you
Mm.
better than you will be able to take care of her.
Right.
It is a benefit to
Facts.
a man
That is so true.
to be
That
with
is
a
so
woman.
True.
I swear.
That's so
If
true.
she's
I
as
swear.
sick as you are, my mama's husband was a
Man.
double amputee.
Wow.
She took care of him. Ain't nobody else take care of him. If she had been a double amputee,
He wouldn't
we
have
would have
been.
all
Oh.
had to take care of her.
Right.
He wouldn't have been able to do that by himself.
He'd had to have some help. Yeah,
So when you
I get what
see
you're saying.
women walking around here and we done fell in love in our 20s, we got wives in our 30s, and we don't give a damn in our 40s, and we doing what we want in our 50s,
What?
it's because we can do that. It's okay for us. We're not hurting by being by ourselves because we have a network of people.
Right.
But a male who is 50, who's by himself, I'm trying to tell you, I've seen it. That's why I moved in with my father. It's different. My mom by herself and my dad by himself, two totally different stories. My dad was excellent being on his own.
Understand.
You know what I'm saying? At his best, he still won't rocking it like my mom, and she's a little bit older than he is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So all I'm saying is,
you tell the truth. You telling the truth.
Come on.
She is. She really is.
If you got somebody, if you listening out there, you got somebody, imagine you playing musical chairs, the music stopped on whoever you got now. If they decent, you better sit your ass down.
Man, just sit down and rock it out.
Yeah.
I would say that too. Because divorce is expensive.
Oh, yes.
You die each time you have one. And starting over, it's not easy. I was telling somebody that I was like, this it. This is it for Car.Ross. Because I can't start over at 51.
I believe you.
I cannot do it at 51.
I believe
the
you.
amount of stress that you go through.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and if you've done it a few times, then, you know, you're like, oh, hell no. Sit my old ass down somewhere. You know, because at the end of the day, you don't want to. I told myself I didn't want to be that 50-year-old guy chasing
in
young
the club.
women. What?
Right.
To thine own self be true. I didn't want to be that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes marriage save us from being
Definitely.
a damn fool.
Right.
And marriage saves young girls too. I got married very young, stayed married for 11 years.
No doubt.
And I will say, the fact that I married young kept me out of the street. I didn't get in the street until I was in my late 20s, early 30s.
Got you.
I was 31 years old.
Right.
And when I look at my girlfriends who married late, they was already like ran all through, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I'm not saying, I'm not judging. I'm just saying it is what it is. And I'm telling you about women. Once women get, and this is why women have to be protected, young girls have to be protected, because once she gets opened up, it's not that she's not any good. Just by religious standards. There's something that happens to the mind when a woman is in love early, when she's sexually active early, and she hands herself over. She's designed to hand herself over to her husband. And when she's not handing herself over to her husband and that man pulls out, literally and figuratively, when he pulls out away from her, he has imprinted on her, and she is judging every man by that, whether she tells you or not.
Right. And let me say this. When I say, let me say this, and when I said earlier, let me bring some clarity to what I said earlier when I said chasing young women. Now I'm not talking about nothing crazy. I'm talking about what I mean is I didn't want to be that.
You didn't want to be 50 chasing 22-year-olds. Come on, what's up?
What's up,
Jerome in the house.
With a big old gray beard, trying to. All they seeing is a check.
That's just like
keep it 100.
And you it's like you taking
and you know that
you taking care of your daughter again all over again.
Absolutely.
You taking care of your daughter all over again.
And unfortunate, we see that.
Right.
We see it in our society.
And it's actually kind of sad.
Right.
Unless you Bob Barker. You know, Bob Barker pulled it off. Right.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah. You got to have a lot of money and a lot of clout.
What?
And you got to have a really good lawyer to be messing around with these young girls.
Good lawyer.
And everybody on this level ain't got that.
No, man. Everybody trying
to
to
somewhere and sit down.
And see, I've been married 10 years, going on 11. And you know, like I've done it all. I mean,
who ain't?
I've been
can
there,
write a book about it.
I've been there, done that. So it's like all this is, you get to a point in life, you just tell yourself, like, look, right now, at this age, all I want is peace.
and some money.
Peace and yes.
And I want to get to a bag. I ain't gonna even front. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. Now I want to get to a bag. It's not the top part. You know, if it come, it come.
Be comfortable.
But I'm gonna keep working until I get to it. Until I get to that real bag.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think all of us, when you get to that age, you're thinking about, okay, life insurance is taken care of. Check. That's what you're thinking about. You're thinking about, man, do I have some investments? Do I have some liquid cash over here?
Am I healthy?
Am I healthy? That part too.
Because if you ain't healthy, you can't be here to enjoy it.
What? Ain't hit no nothing.
Because when you drop dead, right, if any of us, and God forbid, and I'm not speaking
no.
And everybody still need to be having sex, too. No, that's important, man. That keeps you young and healthy.
Amen.
Amen to that. Hey,
you right.
If somebody dropped dead right now, all this stuff that we're talking about is...
It's over.
Yeah, it's over with. But you're right though.
You know, it's out the window. But at the end of the day, you know, we trying to get to the bag, to the big bag, and just be happy and just
relax and enjoy life, man.
Yeah,
just have peace.
Just have peace.
Yeah, that's so true. A peace of mind.
You know,
man.
Shoot, man, that's so true. I'm glad we had this conversation, man. That's why I love this team so much. Right. So let's talk about what are the signs of a toxic relationship. That's I'm gonna just give these few pointers, and then we'll go through these, and then we'll move on. Okay. Number 1, lack of support. Healthy relationships are based on a mutual desire to see the other succeed in all areas of life. Number 2, toxic communication. Instead of kindness and mutual respect, most of your conversations are filled with sarcasm or criticism and fueled by contempt. A predictor of divorce. God dog. Wow. I like that. So you can find these at headline.com too, by the way. All right. Number 3, envy or jealousy. Now, why in the world would you be jealous of your partner, though? It's all in the same house. But I guess, I guess it can. While it's perfectly fine to experience a little envy from time to time, these issues, if this becomes an issue, if your envy keeps you from thinking positively about your partner's success, the same goes for jealousy. Successes. Same thing goes for jealousy. All right. Number 4, controlling behaviors. And we already know what that is. Does your partner ask you where you are all the time? Maybe they become annoyed or irritated when you don't immediately answer texts, or text you again and again until you do. Insanity. All right.
Are they in your phone?
Are they in your phone?
Taking your phone and going through your phone.
That let me tell you something. That ain't good for nobody. Controlling behavior. Number 5, resentment. And we talked about resentment. Holding on to grudges and letting them fester chips away at intimacy. Ain't no sex, pop it off. Number 6, dishonesty. You find yourself constantly making up lies about your whereabouts or who you meet up with, whether that's because you want to avoid spending time with your partner or because you worry how they'll react if you tell them the truth. Number 7, patterns of disrespect. Being chronically late, casually forgetting events and other behaviors and show disrespect for your time are a red flag. All right. Number 8, negative financial behaviors. Sharing finances with a partner often involves some level of agreement about how you'll spend or save your money. That said, it's not necessarily toxic if one partner chooses to spend money on items the other partner doesn't approve of. Number 9, constant stress. Ordinary life changes that come up, family members' illnesses, job loss, can create some tension in your relationship, of course, but finding yourself constantly on edge, even when you aren't facing stress from outside sources, is a key indicator that something is off. Number 10, ignoring your needs. Going along with whatever your partner wants to do, even when it goes against your wishes or comfort level, is a sure sign of toxicity, says clinical psychologist Catalina Lawson, PhD. Say the planned a vacation that will take you out of town on your mom's birthday. But when they ask you what dates were convenient, you emphasize that any dates were fine as long as you didn't miss your mom's birthday on the 17th. Just what you said earlier. Say what you need to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you can't have that date, then say, hey, that's my mama's birthday. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, that's
and mean it.
And
right.
mean it. And be all right with
and
the fallout.
And be all right with the fallout.
Right.
All right. Number 11, lost relationships. You stopped spending time with friends and families, either to avoid conflict with your partner or to get around having to explain what's happening in your relationship.
Right.
Boy, I've been there. I've been there before.
I know.
And that's where guilt comes in.
That's
if you've
where
been
the guilt
doing
comes
stuff you
in.
ain't supposed to do, then you cut off your fun, right?
Yeah.
Because you feel like it's going to lead to something else.
Yeah.
But if you do what you're supposed to do, that's freedom.
That's freedom.
You can have freedom.
Yes. Number 12, lack of self-care. In a toxic relationship, you might let go of your usual self-care habits, Lawson explains. So continue to take care of yourself. Right. Now, you might miss a day getting your hair cut or something, but at least be smelling good and looking good. I mean, along with that jacked up haircut, at least, all right? Number 13, hoping for change. You might stay in the relationship because you remember how much fun you had in the beginning. Maybe you think that if you change yourself and your actions, they'll change as well. And guess what? They may not. Walking on eggshells. Woo! You worry that by bringing up problems, you'll provoke extreme tension. So you become conflict avoidant and keep any issues to yourself.
Yeah.
So in these relationships, you got to speak up, even if you're in a good relationship.
Yeah.
You got to speak up. You got to say what's on your mind. You got to say what you need to say and be okay with it.
Awesome list.
Yeah, awesome list. So listen, I hope you guys have heard something that could help you become better. Listen, we're going to end this topic right here. And listen, we're not taking light of domestic violence as it pertains to women. You know, if that's happening, man, please get out of there. Get out of there real quickly. And for men too, listen, get out of those relationships if they're no good for you. Listen, we had Candi T. Jeter on here who said something real good to men today. As we had an ally in our corner today. We had somebody advocating for us in a very nice way, but didn't make excuses for our behaviors either. So, listen, that brings about a balance, and we all need to change. No abuse, treat people right, and again, love yourself, not to be a doormat, okay?
That's right.
Don't allow anybody to serve you shit on a platter.
Yeah.
Not a good look, literally, in the literal sense.
That's right.
So love yourself. You know how you want to be treated.
I know that's right.
So say that, mean that, demand that, and then you have to show through action.
Yeah.
You just have to show people.
That's
hey, listen,
right.
I ain't taking this no more. You just have to be vocal.
Right.
So that you can see true change happen in your life. Listen, man, I love you guys out there. We love you guys out there. We all want you to become better. Listen, this is the Ross Cloud Podcast. I'm Car.Ross Sr.
And I am Candi T. Jeter.
And Femi Osinowo.
All right, make it a great day and keep being great. Peace.
Hey.